Thank you, Victor. Drew Brees joins me after this game, and boy, a lot of ebb and flow in this game. Just talk about how frustrating this loss is for you tonight.
Well, we didn't start off fast, and their profile was a very fast starting team, so we just didn't match them score for score early, and so we got ourselves in a bit of a hole, 21-3 and then 28-3 into the third. If I could really sum it up, we had two opportunities offensively that you feel like could change the complexion of the game. Obviously, the touchdown that was taken away at the end of the first half, we'll see what comes of that. But I mean, that's a momentum swinging type play. We go into halftime having scored right at the end of the second quarter, 21-10, come out with a little more momentum. And then, we had a drive there, third and fourth, the 4-yard line that, man, if we can get a touchdown there versus a field goal, well, that's an 11-point swing right there. We could use those 11 points. That would have made a difference in the game. But bottom line is, guys kept battling, guys kept fighting. We were down by a lot, but we all felt like we could just chip away at it and work our way back into this game, and we did.
You suffered an injury to your ankle. We saw you limping on the sidelines, but you didn't miss a snap, and it seemed to almost fire you up a little bit. You played well even after the injury. Just talk about how that affected you and how you moved on past that.
Well, just managed it. I knew what we had to do, and felt like this was something that we could certainly overcome. Certainly, something we could battle back from, and I felt like we were pretty effective with some of our, hurry up, no huddle stuff. Really spreading it around. Guys making some big plays. Ben Watson, man, he's a warrior. Brandon Cooks had a big night. Willie, Marcus, all those guys, man, they came through big time when we needed them, and the guys up front too. Not an easy job blocking this front, and we asked them to do it more than 50 times tonight, because of the circumstances. So I'm proud of all those guys.
Is it a case of adrenaline because it didn't look good initially, and do you just, you played with injuries before, but was this one of the tougher ones you played in your career or recently?
Well, just because of the mobility, aspect of it. It's one thing when you hurt your, upper body, shoulder, something like that, and but anything where it makes it to where you're a bit less mobile, I think in this day and age, you got to be, you got to be able to move in the pocket, create some plays, with your feet, and that just became more of a challenge. But we worked at it, and we were able to get, the job done when we needed it there in the second half. Unfortunately, it was just not quite enough in the end.
You talked about the touchdown right before the half. Despite a slow start, you guys had 17 unanswered points, made it a game. The defense forcing turnovers. You guys were seemingly kind of feeding off each other in that second half.
Yeah, we were. They did a great job. They got the turnover. They got us great field position, and maybe you felt like momentum was certainly on our side, and just couldn't quite get enough there in the end.
Big number for you. You surpassed tonight 60,000 yards all-time passing. Only 4 guys have done it. You're the fastest to it. I ask you all the time about these milestones, but what does this particular one mean to you?
Tough under the circumstances. Obviously, yeah. I wish we were talking about it after a win, but so many people that are a part of that. It's not just. There's countless guys that share in that, and that's the meaningful part of it when it's all said and done.
Just talk about not having a winning season for the second year in a row, something you're not used to. Obviously, you and Sean Payton aren't used to. How does that, moving forward, how do you guys, the last 2 games, move forward with this now?
Well, as far as the losing seasons, unacceptable. That's not what we signed up for. That's not what we came here to do. So, obviously that's disappointing. But I like our team. I like the guys that we have. I like what we're building. And I think that each game that you are able to play together, you take one more step forward to creating the type of, culture, environment, team, attitude, confidence that will win for you in the future. And so it might not be this year. Obviously, it's not going to be this year. But you fight through this adversity together. You come together during these times, and that's what allows you to do great things in the future together.
And final question, along those lines, you like to make up a lot of these young players. You saw it tonight with Brandon Cooks, the Willie Sneeds. We talked to Kasim El-Bali. There's some young players that are making the most of their playing time right now.
Absolutely, and that gets you excited. When you see guys like that you feel like have really been influenced positively by a lot of the leadership on this team. and have just kind of become great parts of this locker room and very productive players and guys that we count on and are really coming through for us. That's, you know, you love to see guys that work hard and do the right thing succeed.
All right, well, listen, Merry Christmas. I know it'll be a busy Christmas at your house. I know the kids are excited, but appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, Drew Brees here, and a lot of milestones, guys. His 10th straight season with at least 4,000 yards, and his 53rd straight home game with at least one touchdown pass. That's the story from here in the Superdome. Back to you guys.